You are now listening to the Vitalize Podcast. Hey yo, what up, family? Welcome back to the Vitalize Podcast. You're here with your friendly neighborhood host, Mr. Marcus Black, and I'm so incredibly excited, elated, and ecstatic to be in the building with you to have this conversation today. Listen. Man, I just got so much joy in my heart, man. I'm excited. Now, did any of y'all get it? Listen, man, I'm still waiting on some of y'all. Some of y'all playing. Some of y'all are bold. I'm still waiting on some of y'all to accept my challenge and tell me what I say at the beginning and end of every podcast in my voice for bonus brownie points. Maybe I'll send you a free book or something. But I know that I just said it. So come on, man. What do I always say? Talking about branding and a little bit of recap from last week. If you just joined in and you have no idea what we're talking about, that means you got to go listen to the last episode so that you can catch up. But if you're new here, man, welcome to the fold, man. Your family now, no such thing as fans or followers around here. It literally is just a community, a family of individuals who believe in maximizing our purpose and potential in this life, pushing positivity. We pushing P, which is big positivity, all day, every day. So if that's for you, we might be for you. So welcome to the community. Welcome to the fold. Super grateful, thankful to have you here. And tell a friend to tell a friend. We live, baby. We're outside to come check out, check in, and get ready to have a good time. Sound good? Get it? Got it? Good. So, without further ado, I'm not going to belabor the point. I'm going to get right to it. And this week, where my growth people at? Raise your hand. By show of hands, if you're one of those growth people, and some of y'all like, I'm not raising my hand. Raise your hand. I can see, but thank you. And to the 10 of y'all that still didn't do it because you want to be stubborn, here, you can't see. It's okay. You're going to hear my voice in your dreams, just waking you up, being a wake-up call with all this energy because it can. But no, like show of hands, where are my growth people at? Where are my people who value personal growth and development? Where are my people who value teachability? Where are my people who want to maximize their potential? Where are my people who want to learn and grow? Where are my people who want to literally give everything they got, every effort, and be intentional with getting every ounce of potential outside yourself into this life so that you can be on purpose, in purpose, full of purpose, fulfilled when you leave this earth? Where are those people at? There you are. Great. I'm glad you're here. We got to have a conversation. So if some of you are like, oh, this is my type of conversation because I'm ready to level up. Are you ready to level up? Are you tired of settling for less than? Are you tired of things being worse than they should? Are you tired of things not quite being in alignment? Are you tired? Are you tired of giving all your effort and just feeling like you're not quite on point, on par? Listen, it's about getting incrementally better. It's about leaning in when somebody has something to give you that is a gift to help you. Lean in. Matter of fact, let me tell you how I learned this lesson. I learned this lesson about growth and teachability years ago when I was in high school. Shout out Hernando High School. Shout out to Anthony Jenkins. That's my coach. Stadium field named after him, Anthony Jenkins Field, the house that Anthony Jenkins built, my football coach, a mentor, a father figure, a good man. And I remember him inviting me as a freshman to practice with the varsity in spring football. Listen now, some of y'all that's like, what is that? Okay, no big deal. That's kind of more common today because these kids are becoming phenoms really early. But in those days, that was an accomplishment, especially for a team that was actually legit, a winning team. And it was really a big deal. He only chose a few of us to let us come out and work out with them and just kind of put us in position to learn and grow. And boy, was it some learning, and boy, was it some growing. But I remember the day I was on the scout team. If you don't know what a scout team is, it's like the squad. It's not the squad, but it's a squad that's put in place to help the squad get better for game and show them the looks. So I was on the scout team, and I'm out there. Some of my athletes know what a scout team is, but if you don't, I just got to over-explain so everybody can be a part of this conversation. We're not going to isolate or exclude anyone. So now, but though, if you have a significant other or husbands or spouses or just at the bar with the boys and you hear them talk about scout team, you'll know what that is now. Look, this is educational experience all the way around. But I'm out there and I am just getting whooped by the juniors, the seniors. That senior class literally went on to be the North State runners-up. They were one of the 4 best teams in all of Mississippi that year. Really, I think they were the best team, just caught some bad breaks in the North Half Championship game. Really could have been, should have been state champions. That's another story for another day. But I'm practicing with this squad, and I am not holding my own. I am being obliterated. I am getting knocked out, literally running full speed ahead into a high school All-American. My brother, my friend, Mr. Delwan Robinson, Mississippi State, let's go, Hell State, Cowbells, was a standout star at Mississippi State, went on to have an incredible career in the league with the Houston Texans in the NFL. But yeah, that's the guy. As a freshman, All-American in high school, I'm running up against full speed. He is just, pow, knocking me out. And I remember going after practice. And after practice, my football coach would pull us aside. And what he would do is he had a film session for us to watch and learn, right? That's another thing. Speakers, you better get on that film session. You better record yourself saying your talks, and you better watch it back. I just say that because this same principle applies basketball players, whether you're a musician, no matter what you do. If you're going to be in the eye of the public, social media content creators, record yourself and get in the habit of watching it back. In the beginning, when we first started videoing these, it was very hard for me to watch these back. It's easier now because I've gotten that much better, but that comes as a result of watching and seeing what you do like, what you don't like, how you should move, how you shouldn't move. All those things matter. Some of you are like, watching? Yeah, you can watch this. If you're listening to this, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can also watch. The visual is available. Find the visual on YouTube. Go search the Vitalize Podcast. You're welcome. You can see this beautiful shining mug and my smile, my jovial smile. It's there for you. But we had a film session, and he gets on the screen, and thank goodness it was like 2001. Because when he puts that pointer on the screen, you know, film wasn't as clear as it is today. These kids be getting caught in 4K when they make mistakes. When we was a little fuzzy and grainy still in 2001, 4K wasn't quite available yet. I don't even know if 1080 was available in 2001. But so he's got this pointer, laser pointer, and he can only see a blur. It's like a blob, but he can't quite see the number clearly. Says, hey, puts the pointer and says, who is this? Who is this? I said, uh-oh, I want to put my head down. Who is this? Finally, everybody's looking at me. I got to say, that's me, coach. This is terrible, he says. Horrible. Look at that. What kind of stance is that? Worst stance I ever seen. My teammates snickering under their breath. Ha, 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 ha. And he is just ripping me apart. Man, when I tell you I've never probably been so embarrassed in my life, I was so upset. And some of y'all are like, why would he do that? You just gave him all these accolades. You just called him such a great human. You just said all these things. Listen, you don't understand. You ain't let me finish my story. Because there was a reason why he did those things. He didn't do, what was the intent or the heart behind what he did? Number one, he didn't say any of it maliciously. He was just calling what he saw. But afterwards, I was like all in my feelings and my insecurities were coming out, and you know, everybody had their turn with the laser, so it really was no big deal in the grand scheme. That's how you learn. You learn from your mistakes if you have a growth mindset, a teachable mindset. But this is where that lesson became all too real for me, because after practice, I'm ready to go. I'm trying to dart out the door. I'll never forget this. All my teammates are leaving, my mom, my ride's outside, and then as I'm trying to skate past his door without him seeing me, he taps me on my shoulder. Yes, sir. He says, hey, I need a few minutes with you, if you don't mind. Yes, sir. Okay. Step into his office. He says, hey, man. He says, I know you have some potential in you, but I just know you can do better. Okay, put my head down. He says, look, this is what I want you to do. Show me your stance right now. Okay, practice is over. Show me your stance right now. I get in my stance. When I get in my stance, he said, oh, no. Look at that. So he bumps me and I fall. He see, you have no balance. How can you expect to succeed if you have no balance? Football is all about balance. Controlling your strength and your energy and your momentum and your force. So he says, try this instead. He literally grabs my shoulders and moves my shoulders and grabs my foot and moves my foot and my hand and shifts. It literally, physically, manually shifts my entire stance. Says, now give that a try. Said, huh? And I'm able to move. He said, okay, how did that feel? I'm like, oh my goodness, that feels so much better. Okay, try it again. literally spent time. You know he had a wife and kids. You know he had a family. I'm sure he was ready to get home. He did not have to do that, but he took the time to invest into me. You know what happened as a result? I come back to practice the next day, new and improved in that stance. And the next day, I was holding my own. Now, was I just whooping juniors and seniors? Absolutely not. This ain't the movie world. This ain't fairy tale. But I also wasn't just getting mollywopped and demolished either. I was holding my own. And I felt good. And I learned a valuable lesson that day, that if you will be open to coaching and teaching, sometimes we hate to receive feedback. We hate to receive constructive criticism. It's not even really criticism. He wasn't criticizing me. He wasn't making fun of me. That was funny to some of my teammates, but he was never making fun of me. He was trying to identify the problem, and that would make sense why I was doing so bad. And guess what? I leaned in. And as a result of me leaning in, guess what? Things changed. I got a lot better. Guess what? I became a starter as a junior. Guess what? I became a starter as a senior. Guess what? My senior year, I was first team, all county, first team, all region. MHSAA Region 2 4A. I got plaques in the car, man. Literally, all conference team, thanks to coach. That's what happens when you lean in. I went from can't get right to literally award-winning, recognized amongst my peers. And that's because I leaned in. I didn't fight him. I didn't get angry. I didn't get it. Oh, my goodness. I can't tell you how many young people now, coaches want to teach them something, how to play the game right, football, basketball, baseball, golf, soccer, track, whatever, powerlifting. And a kid want to get an attitude because somebody's trying to teach you and make you better. Stop getting an attitude. And this ain't just for the kids. Somebody sees something in your social media content. They want to help you. They see something in the way that you're moving. They see something in your interpersonal relationships. They see something in your business. They see a gap and they say, oh man, I remember when I was there. Hey, let me show you this. If you're willing to do this, things could look a lot better for you, but you don't want the criticism because you take it personally as if it's a personal attack on your character. And listen, now let's keep it a buck. Sometimes people do only want to not see you succeed. Sometimes people don't want to see you win. Sometimes people do want to attack your character and tear you down. We're not talking about them. You know the difference. You know when somebody's just always got something negative to say and it's never any good and there's never a positive outcome toward the things they had to say to you. We're not talking about that small percentage of people. We're talking about the bigger percentage of people, and typically it's the people who are ahead of you. The only time people really want to tear you down and got a lot of negative to say and want to offer you so much feedback is when they're doing worse than you, when it's from a negative lens. But people who are doing better than you, who are further than you, who are ahead of you, they're not trying to stumble you down, make you trip up. Those are the people who are typically leaning in to help you, right? They want to help you. And that was when I realized the emphasis on the fundamentals, how much fundamentals matter. Just making those subtle tweaks to the fundamentals on a fundamental level. I didn't get faster. I didn't get stronger. I didn't become superhuman. I didn't become Popeye with the spinach. I didn't become any of that. What I became was incrementally better by focusing on the small details like leverage, like speed, like balance, like agility. Focusing on those little fundamentals made me better. Shout out to you again, Coach Jenkins, for caring enough to not only develop us on the field, develop us off the field as young men. I give him so much accolades, so much praise for what you see today. He was a huge part of the foundation that helped me become the man I am today. So salute. God give you your flowers while you're still here to smell them. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to come and sit with you. Since I just moved back to Mississippi, I'm coming to sit with you and have some coffee soon, man, and just chat and tell you thank you in person. But speaking of fundamentals, I want to end this talk by talking to you guys for the rest of this time about the fundamentals as well. Fundamentals. So I developed this talk or this system called the ABCs of motivation, because many of you know I'm an award-winning motivational speaker. But this thing, I'm like, okay, if we're going to really do all we can and be all we can be, we got to have an emphasis on the fundamentals. We got to get back to the fundamentals. Okay, so what are the fundamentals? Fundamentals are basics. So I'm like, okay, It doesn't get more fundamental than ABCs. ABCs are the literal building blocks of our entire language, our vernacular, our dialect. The ABCs are the fundamentals of our incredible language and everything you read and everything you will study. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm thinking about the fundamentals and I'm thinking about going back to the basics, let me make a fundamentals of motivation. And so I went A to Z. Now, I'm not going to take you A to Z today because we don't got that much time, but I am going to give you just a few of these, and actually I'm going to put it in reverse. Put it in reverse, Terry. I want to put it in reverse. There will never be a July 4th that passes that we don't put it in reverse, Terry, but I'm going to speak in honor of that, in honor of Independence Day and July 4th and Terry. We're going to put it in reverse, and we're going to go backwards. And with going backwards, here's what I want to do. ABCs of motivation. And I want to start with letter D, and I'm going to work back. So these are the ABCs of motivation in reverse, not all of them, but just an abbreviated version, just to give you enough to get you on your way. And I'm starting with letter D, and letter D is distraction. Distraction leads to destruction. That's the phrase for letter D. Distraction leads to destruction. I don't think that needs too much explaining, but I'm going to explain it anyway, just so you are aware. Listen, we live in a distracted world. We live in a world where everything is fighting for your attention. We live in a world where literally every which way you look, I look up, I look down, I look all around, and there's a distraction. There's a phone distraction. When is the last time you had a super productive day? When is the last time you had a free day from your actual job or your responsibilities and you didn't just lounge around and Netflix and chill all day and veg out on snacks and potato chips and ice cream? When is the last time you actually built towards your dream? When is the last time you poured your all into the development? When is the last time you didn't allow social media to be a distraction? When is the last time you didn't allow, y'all ready for it? Dun, 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 dun. When is the last time you didn't let politics become a distraction? When is the last time you didn't let negativity and gossip become a distraction? And some of y'all is like, today, shout out to you. But if we're being honest, we know that for more people than not, we're living distracted. Reality TV's distracting us. TV's distracting us. News is distracting us. Media's distracting us. Social media's distracting us. Politics are distracting us. Faith is distracting us. How can faith be a distraction? It's not the faith, it's the people in the faith. It's the choices the people in the faith make that's becoming a distraction to us. We're losing sight of what matters most, which is a relationship with God, a relationship with Jesus, and living that out in service to everyone around us, the greater good. And instead of focusing on that, we're on the flip side of that coin, just out here focusing on everything that doesn't matter, building earthly empires where God ain't even present in the midst. But that's another conversation for another day. I'm really talking about the distractions. And if you're going to be all you can be, you must eliminate the distractions. You must eliminate the distractions. So the next time you start thinking about how you can be as productive as you like, eliminate the distractions. Stop looking at your phone. Stop looking at all of these things. Stop looking, give yourself some time and focus. Focus. The opposite of being distracted is being focused. How can I set boundaries around my schedule to protect my mind, my heart, and my productivity time? Do it, and you will see a benefit, and that is fundamental number 1 of the day. Fundamental number 2 of the day is convert. I have so many people asking the question, how do I convert more leads? How do I convert more clients? I got all this traffic. There's all these people I'm in front of, but nothing's converting. I'm not selling anything. Nobody's buying products. My brand isn't growing. It's not converting what I needed to do. Convert, how, sway. Let me tell you, letter C is connection leads to conversion. That is, connection leads to conversion, meaning I've often heard people don't buy products, people buy people. I have had people buy my shirts, but not because it's a plain shirt with a font that's on my arm, this font here, because you can. That right there, I've had people buy shirts, not because that's such a spectacular design. It's simple, but it's because they hear it in my voice. It's because I served them. It's because I uplifted them. It's because I equipped them. It's because I edified them. It's because I served them. That is why people buy the shirt. So now a relationship, this podcast, I've signed clients from this podcast. There's some people reaching out and saying, hey, how do I do more of what you're doing? How do I get that confidence? How do I get that voice, that passion? How connection, relationship? You know, the first thing I do when I hop on a discovery call, any of y'all who follow me, tell them what I do. You know what I do because you signed as a client. Before you signed as a client, I don't just hop on a call and pitch you and say, oh, you want to work with me? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. No, I'm not doing that. I will not ever. First call, let me get to know you. Let me let you get to know me. Let me hear your heart. Let me hear your pressures. Let me hear your fears. Let me hear your pain points. Okay, I've been there. Let me tell you about me. Let me tell you my pressures, my fears, my pain points, what I've overcome, how I've been qualified to do this. Oh, now let me answer your questions and solve your pain points. Let me literally give you the solution to your problem on the call for free. Then when the call is over, you realize, oh, wow, he actually has the answer to the question that I face. Now it's not a sale at this point. We're already connected. Now that person converted to a client because I focused on the connection first. I focused on the relationship first. If you want to be more, if you want to have more, you want to see more, you want to do more, focus on the relationship first. Who do you need to build with? How do you need to build? Not focused on the relationship just like a vending machine, so I get what I give. But building mutually equitable relationships just out of a sincere desire to see that other person win. So if you want to convert more leads, you want your ads to convert, you want your posts to go more, focus on the people, the human element, not the algorithm, not the fonts, don't get me wrong, that stuff matters. It's just not more important than the human element, the person you're trying to reach. Connection leads to conversion. Letter B. As we get ready to land this plane, listen, man, I'm not going to keep you here all day. B is simple. And you think about a foundation, I think about belief. You see, belief is the bedrock. That's letter B. Belief is the bedrock. What does that mean? It means belief is the foundation of everything you will do. I don't know if you've ever seen them building a house or building a building or building a skyscraper. I lived in Oklahoma City many years. I actually got to see them build the Devon Tower. Remember when they were building this massive tower, like almost 2 times taller than any other building we have in our skyline? And guess what that crane didn't do? It didn't start with the top and work its way down. Yeah, no, that'd be a recipe for a pretty horrible building. If you've ever gone and driven through new developments, guess what? New homes are popping up every which way. Everywhere there's a crevice, nook, and cranny, they're going to come and they're going to build a subdivision. Well, if you just drive through that street in that subdivision, what do you see? Plot, 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 plot. And then you'll see a bunch of concrete slabs in a row. Why? They're building a foundation first. They're building a foundation first. Why? Because the foundation is everything that house, that building, that skyscraper, that tower will stand on. That's the stabilizer. Hey, guess what? Belief is that for you. Belief is the foundation. Belief is the concrete. Belief is the stabilizer. Belief is that which allows you to build and withstand the test of time. It's belief. So what do you believe? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about your relationships? What do you believe about your business? Do you believe it's possible? Do you believe you're capable? Do you believe you can? And if you don't, guess what? You won't. And I hate to say it, that's not true. It is what it is. I don't hate to say it. I'm happy to say it because somebody needs to say it to be a wake-up call so you stop wasting your precious time with disbelief. Disbelief is going to lead you to unsuccess, and you don't want that. We don't want that. Belief is going to lead you to success. Not belief alone, though. Not belief alone. Belief is just the foundation, but you still got, I don't know. You ever moved into a house with just the foundation? No, that's just what everything stands on. So you got to have the foundation. You must have belief, but belief alone is not enough to make your dreams a reality. I leave you with this. The last letter today, the last principle of today, personal and professional development growth, is action. Whoop, action. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that little black and white zebra stripe thing? Action. You got to be about that action, boss. Like Marshawn Lynch said, you got to be about that action. See, action is the activator. What does that mean? That means the dream in which you dream is motion activated. What that means is it doesn't work unless you do. It doesn't work unless you do. So yes, you got that beautiful foundation of belief, but now you got to build a house. It's time to build a house. Who's ready to build a house? You've been gathering for a long time. You've been gathering precious metals. You've been gathering screws and nuts and bolts and tools and equipment. You've been gathering all these different things, levels and measurements and tape. You've been gathering wood. You've been gathering steel, metal. You've been gathering. It's time now. You didn't gather enough. It's time to start building the house. What is the house? The house is your success story. That is your book. That is your podcast. That is your show. That is your movie. That is your business. That is your nonprofit. That is whatever dream in which you have. That is your relationship. That is your family. It's time to build the house. Stop making excuses. Stop talking about what you don't have. Focus on the fundamentals. Lean in and take action every single day. Intentional action, not a little bit, but a lot of bit. Then if you're willing to take action and you're willing to put one foot in front of the other and willing to show up and stand out and put yourself in position, you can live your dream. So get up, get out, and go do it. And you do it because you can.